sometimes dead is better. So Shazam was good, but let's talk about Pet Sematary. I just saw the remake, and I liked it. It's getting 6 out of 10s, it seems, and I agree with that. It's not breaking new ground, it's not really pushing the boat out at all, but it's fun, it's above average. And here's the thing, it's probably a very uncommon opinion this, I liked it more than the original. But bear in mind, I only saw the original 3 days ago because I was going to see the remake, so I didn't have any time to establish a nostalgic connection with it, like I do with a lot of the older classic horror movies. I don't know why I never saw the original, but that is a story for another day. Not that there is a story, so it will never ever be told. But why did I like the new one more? Well, several reasons. The big one is it comes down to the main character. I thought he was more engaging. The person who plays Louis Creed in the new one is just a lot better. The acting seems better. Not seems, it is. It is. He can carry his emotions, convey his emotions would be right. The old one just felt dull, very monotone. Like, the new one's just a lot better. And Judd was a lot better, played by John Lithgow this time. Although I like Judd in the original movie. But he always seemed needlessly creepy, like he's in a horror film so he has to be creepy all the time. My recording light went out then. I shall do an edit. Be right back. Oh, I may have just got blinded by a filming light. Okay, where was I? Yeah, Judd. He was needlessly creepy in the original. It was a lot of fun, but it felt like he was creepy just because he was in a horror film. This one, well, it's John Lithgow, and he is great. I loved him in Dexter. I've seen him in a few other things, but I can never quite remember what. But he's really good. So what else? The big thing, if you've seen the trailer... Okay, first of all, there are spoilers in this, but only spoilers that you will see in the trailer or know from the original film. So if you've not seen the original, you've not seen the trailer, why would you be watching this? But anyway, you have been warned. There are non-trailer spoilers and things that didn't happen in the original. So the big twist happened in the trailer, which is it's his daughter Ellie who dies in this one and comes back. So I should really go over the plot first, shouldn't I, really? What's Pet Sematary about? Well, the family moves into a new house, because that happens in every horror film. And there's a pet cemetery, and an Indian burial ground, where if you bury something, it comes back to life, but not quite the same. And the first thing that happens is the cat dies, the cat church. Very sad, I love cats. It's very sad, and to bury the cat comes back, it's a bit more vicious than normal. But then, shock of shocks, the daughter dies. Now in the original, it's Gage, his son, that dies. He runs into the road, gets hit by a truck, which is constantly coming across like I don't know, it's like something from The Wicker Man or something. That reference may be lost on you, but watch the film just to see what the reference was. No, don't watch The Wicker Man. No, not the Nick Cage version anyway. Yes, definitely don't do that. No, watch Pet Sematary instead, because it's better. Anyway, you see the trucks constantly driving past and they're always honking their horns. I've noticed. Funny word, that honking. Yeah, never mind. They're always honking the horns, and it hits the cat, it hits a guy called Victor at the start, I'll get back to him in a moment, and it also hits the little girl. Now the movie goes back and forth trying to make you think, is it going to be Gage, is it going to be the little girl, because it was Gage, but now it's the girl. I didn't see the trailer, so I really enjoyed that back and forth. And it kind of surprised me when it was Ellie? Yeah, gonna go with that, when it was Ellie. It did surprise me, and obviously grief-stricken, he brings her back. and she doesn't come back right. And things go awry, basically. Now, I'm not going to say how it ends, but it does end differently from the original movie, and I like this new ending better. It fits the story. It makes sense. It's just as dark as the original, which I'm also not going to give away, but I like the new one better. The new ending is definitely better. It feels more climactic and just more fitting, and kind of leaves it open for possibly a sequel. Maybe. I know there is a Pet Sematary 2, which I haven't seen, but maybe there'll be a new Pet Sematary 2. Who knows? Now, moving on, I mentioned Victor. He's the guy that gets killed by the truck in the original. Same thing happens in the new one. It's literally play by play the same thing, except it's rushed in this one. And the makeup isn't as good. He just looks like a character in Casualty or any hospital drama. Whereas the original actually looked quite creepy. And they fleshed it out more. The haunting, because he haunts him, I probably should have mentioned that. He haunts Lewis, our main character. And they really stay with it and build up the creepy atmosphere in the original. But in this one, they're just like, we have to do this, so we're doing this. I don't know why they rushed it so much. The film's only 1 hour 40. They could have added a little bit more to it, but they didn't. And it's not terrible, but it's like, come on guys, put a bit more into it. The original did this better. You can, you know, you can flesh this out a little bit more. And I think we'll move on to the actual Pet Sematary now. It looked good. And so did the Indian Burial Ground. Yeah, the Indian Burial Ground. Which wasn't explained as an Indian Burial Ground in the new one. Was it? Did I miss that? I might have missed that. But I distinctly remember it being explained in the original. But both of them look good, the original and the new one, but the sound design of the new one was fantastic. So you get strange like roars and roars, and it's just really good and builds a suspenseful atmosphere. And it's just, you know, it's just good. Yeah. So let's move on to something else, like the masks. The animal masks, they're all over the posters. And they weren't in the original, and they barely feature in the film. I mean, there's some other random people wearing the mask at the start of the film. You see them going past just after they move in. We never see them again, for some reason. Ellie, like undead, living dead, Pet Sematary Ellie. She's wearing a mask at one point as she's attacking someone. That's about it, really. So I don't really know why they did that. To give it a new look, maybe. But then, why isn't it in the film more? It kind of feels like, I don't know, they kind of half-assed the masks. So if you're going to half-ass them, why bother inventing them for the film? So what else? The soundtrack. Christopher Young did it. I really like a lot of his work. It was very good. Like I said, the Pet Sematary had a great ambience to it. And, well, yeah, I can't remember the soundtrack, but it was nice. I remember it being nice, so that's something. But let's talk about the actual pets. Church, the cat, short for Winston Churchill. You know, the dog that goes, oh yes. No, I'm not that ignorant. It's a painter, isn't he, or something? I don't know. Right, the cat dies, comes back, like I've said, repeating myself now. Gets more screen time, and I was worried that we're going to see some, like, CGI cats in the new one, because you know what movie studios are like for CGI, you know, these days. But there wasn't, or at least if there was, it was very good, and I didn't really notice it. And the design of the cat post-resurrection was fantastic. It looked great. And I really enjoyed a lot of the scenes. Sorry, I was just thinking of that one in particular, but I won't spoil it. It was like roaring like a lion. Not like making the sound of a lion, but the mouth was going, and it was a lot of fun. Let me just check my notes for one more thing. No, that actually covers it. Yeah, I've covered it. Yeah, I've covered it. So I strongly recommend going out to see Pet Sematary, especially if you enjoyed the old one. I'd love to know whether you like it more or less, or even if you just like it in general if you've not seen the old one, because it's great for newcomers as well. In fact, you'll not compare it as much, so you might even enjoy it more, who knows. I certainly enjoyed it a lot, even though I do agree with the 6 out of 10, but yeah, whatever, it's still a lot of fun. And the last thing I want to say is Warner Brothers are really pushing out these Stephen King like remakes and reboots, aren't they? It's a great follow-up to It, although It was fantastic. I would give that a lot higher than a 6 out of 10. I might have to do another video separately for It one day, maybe nearer It Chapter 2. But it's a pretty good follow-up to keep the whole Stephen King drive going. And yeah, that's about it. It's a lot of fun. Go check it out. See you next time.